Hi, I'm Maurice.
And I'm Ray.
And this is the MenCave.tv movie bash of...
It! You heard that?
Move.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Aren't you guys coming in?
It's gray water.
What the hell's gray water?
It's basically piss and shit, so I'm just telling you. You guys are splashed around in millions of gallons of dairy pee. So, are you serious? What are you...
Doesn't smell like caca to me, senor.
Have you ever heard of a staph infection?
Okay, Ray, in what fucking universe is this considered a safe place? I mean, this sewer has more bacteria and viruses than a fucking cheap harbor crack whore with a discount loyalty card from Walgreens!
No, I don't smell any HIV. Oh, look at that, a pricky thingy.
Put it down, Ray, put it down. You can learn a thing or two from Eddie.
You can also learn a thing or two from Pennywise.
Ah!
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers.
Oh, well, I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown. Now we aren't strangers, are we?
Well, that's a good point, Ray.
Why, thank you, Maurice.
Especially in Pedoville, Maine.
Pedoville?
Come on, man. If there's one thing that bothers me in this movie, it's the lack of subtlety. I mean, didn't you see Beverly's dad or the pharmacist lust over her?
No, they just look like your average middle-aged geezers.
Man, the pedosexual innuendo was as subtle as having your balls stuck in a waffle iron.
Ooh.
It made me sick to my stomach.
No, I still don't see it.
Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. You went to Catholic boarding school.
So?
Job well done.
And why the fuck were these kids swimming in their tiny whities? Didn't they have jams back in '89?
Yeah! Like I said, Ray, Pedoville, Maine. Pedoville, Maine.
I think the universe revolves around you.
So let me get it straight. Eddie is the hypochondriac.
That's right. Just like you.
Richie is the four-eyed foul-mouth.
Just like you.
Bill is the stuttering geek.
Just like you.
Stanley is the ugly-haired Jewish boy that nobody seems to remember.
Just like you.
And Ben is the fat kid that later in life turns slim because he has a minority complex.
Just like you.
So if I represent the majority of these characters, then why does this movie don't feel like a winner?
Because you're the worst clown ever. And the clown is the most important part in this movie.
I am the worst clown ever. Really.
Hey, Georgie, you want a balloon? They float! They all float! They float, they float, they float! They float, they float, they float! They float! They float, they float, they float, they float! They float, Georgie! They float!
So the movie is as subtle as a high school senior at an after-prom party. What else you got to bitch about?
Well, in the beginning, we see Georgie running after his paper boat. He ducks under a traffic fence, and then... Again! The point I'm trying to make is what the hell is wrong with this kid? I mean, is he missing a few chromosomes?
I don't know, but it's a good thing that it took this kid out of the gene pool. Again.
So it represents your worst fears. Now I'm curious, what would you see when you would come face to face with it?
I have to tell you something. What?
bin keine Nadel.
A clown? Your worst fear is a clown? Just like Richie?
Not just any clown, Maurice. John Casey. He is your real fucking raping, torturing serial killer. Not just some eerie looking 27-year-old actor like Bill Skarsgård.
So you didn't like Pennywise?
Oh, I love Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, don't get me wrong, but the costume and the makeup were too elaborate. The real scary thing about clowns is that they look cheap and they hide their faces behind botched makeup jobs. To me, therefore, Pennywise is sort of like a pair of crotchless panties.
What?
Yeah, a pair of crotchless panties. It doesn't leave anything to the imagination. All the scary bits are out.
Okay, we all know we can't beat your fucked up imagination, Ray.
True, true. So, what is your biggest fear?
Tina, was kosten die Kondome?
3,99.
Nein, 2,99. Die sind im Sonderangebot.
So you're not worried about buying condoms, right?
No. It's not the condoms that worry me.
Should have worn a condom.
Eddie was right. You don't fuck with a disease.
Especially in
pedo filming. So, in conclusion, it's a good-looking movie, except for the CGIs. At times, they really put me out of the story, especially with Georgie. It was like the eyes were floating on top of his face. To me, that didn't make any sense. It felt inconsistent as well. Like they experience horrific things, and all of a sudden they're outside again, being happy, cheerful. The miniseries was far more concise, in my opinion, about that. Those kids experience horrible things, and they stay in this horrible mindset together. It doesn't go all over the place. It seriously lacked psychological excitement. There were a couple of cheap jump scares that were even poorly timed, in my opinion, because they didn't even trigger a scare reaction. Especially the one when Beverly hits her father, she turns around and it is there. You go, and before the fear actually reaches your brain, she's sitting outside happily. Like, it needs to sit and linger for a moment. They didn't do that at all, and I didn't find it really that scary, to be honest. I had expected a lot more. So it's not a bad movie, but it's not a great horror movie either. So I will give it 3 out of 5 John Caseys.
Well, first off, Stephen King. I like Stephen King's work a lot. And I like to put the Stephen King quote out here. Stephen King said about himself, "People think I'm a horrible, violent person. No, I've got the heart of a child. In a jar on my desk while writing."
My kind of guy?
Yeah. I liked the original It more than I did the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The movie looks visually stunning.
Yes.
And it looks way better than the original It.
But it takes out of it, I think.
Nah. It has a place on its own.
Nice pun, Maurice.
You're welcome. But I didn't like, I'm gonna say this, and spoiler alert, I don't like open endings! Can somebody say Under the Dome, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, oh my god, I need an ending! So, in that case, not 3, but 2.5.
Oh, 2.5 John Caseys.
Yeah,
wow.
2.5.
Okay.
Anything more you want to add?
Well, since I popped your horror cherry, what will we be watching next in the theater? Victor Crowley? Leatherface? Or Dreaming of a White Doomsday? Which can all be seen at the Nightmare Film Festival in Columbus, Ohio, October 19th through October 22nd.
You had to plug a movie that you worked on. Seriously?
Yo, production! Production!
Yeah?
Where the fuck are my jams? And put some hot fucking water in this tub. My dick is shriveled like a sea cucumber.
That's not the water temperature, Ray.
Well, fuck you!
Well, not with that.
Jesus. Hollywood, I tell you, Hollywood!